It's Fuck Yeah Friday.
Fuck yeah!
Get ready for some wins.
Welcome to the Be It Till You See It podcast, where we talk about taking messy action, knowing that perfect is boring. I'm Lesley Logan, Pilates instructor and fitness business coach. I've trained thousands of people around the world, and the number one thing I see stopping people from achieving anything is self-doubt. My friends, action brings clarity, and it's the antidote to fear. Each week, my guests will bring bold, executable, intrinsic, and targeted steps that you can use to put yourself first and be it till you see it. It's a practice, not a perfect. Let's get started.
Hi, Be It Babe. How are you? How's it going? We're like midway through this April month. We're cruising right along. There's a lot going on. And I love that you are taking time in the chaos to listen to this podcast. It doesn't grow without you. Every time you listen, every time you download, you are helping other people hear this podcast as well. So it's an inspiration episode. And I want to highlight this female quotient post. Shirley Chisholm was the first Black woman elected to Congress, the first Black woman to run for president, and an example for generations to come. Shirley Chisholm was a force of change in American politics. As the first Black woman elected to Congress in 1968 and the first woman and first Black candidate to seek the Democratic presidential nomination in 1972, she shattered barriers as she fought for racial and gender equality. Even decades later, she continues to inspire others to bring that folding chair to tables that may not save them a seat. So definitely a trailblazer. And I would say if you haven't ever read about her, she is absolutely really worthy of listening to something about and just diving in, because this woman faced so many obstacles, not just because she was a woman, but because she was a Black woman, and she made a chair for herself and she kept doing it. And she's an inspiration for everyone. And also not letting people who had weird rules about what she can and can't do stop her from realizing a dream and blazing that path. And so I just share that with you because when there's a lot going on in the world, it can kind of feel like, what does my goal even matter? Why am I even doing this? Does it even matter? And the truth is that maybe 50 years down the road, we're going to be looking back at the things that you did because you were an impact for people who needed it. And if what you do is going to help others, then you got to talk about it. You got to do it. You cannot let people and obstacles and rules hold you back. Cannot. And so anyways, I hope that you know a lot about Shirley, but if you don't, go research her. She'll blow your mind. Okay. Your wins. So we have Sonia. She's an Elevate grad and agency member. She wrote, the last 6 months have been a huge whirlwind of emotions, stress, happiness, physically and mentally exhausting, but also exciting and full of hope and happiness. After moving country, we finally bought a new home. We moved in this week. Whilst there's been a lot of work, it's also super exciting. We're already talking about plans to build a home studio so I can restart my business here. It will take some time and at quite a cost, but in the long run will be worth it. Oh, and I also scored myself some part-time contract work at a beautiful physio Pilates studio teaching just 3 mornings a week. The setup is similar to a Joe's gym. Everyone has their own program, and I'm there just to cue, adjust, advise. I went to observe one class and it was so nice to be being back around equipment and people who love it as much as I do. And since doing Elevate, I was desperate to get in and change things. Haha. Although very aware I need to do this slowly and cautiously. So my win is for an exciting and busy 2025, getting my home and my business up and running. Sonia, it's so fun. I mean, I can't believe how long you've lived in your new country. And, you know, I know that finding a home was just taking forever. And it kind of probably felt like when were you going to find something? So I'm just so happy that you and your family have that. But also I want to say for everyone listening, you hear a win and you don't realize all the emotions that went into that win. And so I love that Sonia shared these emotions that go into this win, because it isn't all unicorns and sparkly rainbows. And so you have to really actually celebrate what is happening and what is in your control and how that can make the year possible, even if it feels like it started off slow, right? Well, listen, a Guy, she has been an agency member since day one, and she wrote, 15 months of getting online every Tuesday and Thursday morning for a course is complete. I don't know what I'm going to do with myself now. Probably a good time to do Pilates. Today is my last day of teaching for the holidays. I start back up on January 6th. I had my best year ever. So obviously we're celebrating Melissa 4 months after her best year ever, but can we just take a moment? Do you ever end a year realizing all that you did do? And I can tell you, because I've known Melissa and we work with her a lot, it wasn't like everything went perfectly this year. She had a lot of ups and downs. And with that, she stayed the course. She was consistent. She had her best year ever. And she did that while poured into herself and her education. So my loves, where can you pour into yourself and where can you take time to reflect on what you did do? Congratulations, Melissa. You have been working so hard year after year. You always beat yourself, but I love that it was your best year ever. And I love how you feel good and that you're taking a break as one should, or that you did take a break as one should, because we all need breaks. And that's my win. Last weekend, Brad and I took a big break. We had a crazy end of February, beginning of March, a lot going on, and I had a big decision to make about one of our products for 2026. And I had told the team that I would make the decision around this time. And I really was like, you cannot pressure me. I need you just to wait. I'll tell you around this date, because I want to make sure that I'm not making the decision based on income. I'm not making the decision based on pressure, based on letting people down, that I'm making the decision based on what is right for me, because what is right for me will be right for the company. And so I'm really celebrating that we took a weekend off, even though we had a million things that we could be doing, and that I made a decision from a pause, because there's power in a pause. And I made a decision based on what was right for me and then everyone, and not on pressure of what's expected of me. And that's really not easy to do as a recovering perfectionist and overachiever and a firstborn daughter. So hope that one inspires you. Take a weekend off, guys. If you want to know, we actually plan one weekend every quarter is off. Like it's just like Friday to Monday, it's off. And I prefer to not be a holiday weekend because we would get a holiday weekend off anyways. So I want a different weekend. I want a different weekend. All right. Your mantra. My energy gets wasted when I invest in winning anyone's game but my own. My energy gets wasted when I invest in winning anyone's game but my own. My loves, invest in yourself. Thank you for listening to this podcast. That goes in the investment bucket of inspiration for you. And until next time, be it till you see it.
That's all I got for this episode of the Be It Till You See It podcast. One thing that would help both myself and future listeners is for you to rate the show and leave a review. And follow or subscribe for free wherever you listen to your podcast. Also, make sure to introduce yourself over at the Be It Pod on Instagram. I would love to know more about you. Share this episode with whoever you think needs to hear it. Help us and others be it till you see it. Have an awesome day.
Be It Till You See It is a production of the Bloom Podcast Network. If you want to leave us a message or a question that we might read on another episode, you can text us at +1 310 905 5534 or send a DM on Instagram at beitpod.
It's written, filmed, and recorded by your host, Lesley Logan, and me, Brad Crowell.
It is transcribed, produced, and edited by the epic team at Diseño.co.
Our theme music is by Ali at Apex Production Music, and our branding by designer and artist Gianfranco Cioffi.
Special thanks to Melissa Solomon for creating our visuals.
Also to Angelina Herrico for adding all of our content to our website. And finally, to Meredith Root for keeping us all on point and on time.